also the chair of the university's Senate Curriculum Committee. He was a Rockefeller Reflections on Development Fellow and was more recently conferred a MacArthur Fellow. Professor Osaghae has published over 100 articles in books and learned international journals, writing extensively on ethnicity, federalism, governance, and state politics. Amongst his award-winning works are Federal Character.
You know, first things first, when I hear us talk about statistics, I wonder where those things are coming from. They say we're 170 million people. I think that is fiction. And I can prove it. I don't believe that we have 170 million people in Nigeria. I don't think so. How did we arrive at 170 million? Not through any scientific means. It is because the United Nations Population Agency has looked at our population dynamics, the trends and the patterns, and come to the conclusion that at a growth rate of so and so, by the year 2016, Nigeria would be 180 million people. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. If you were a researcher on Nigeria and you wanted information on basic data like GDP, GNP, per capita income, and so on, you would go to 20 different sites and you get 20 different data. Every person is speculating. So how can you plan? Let me illustrate this by giving you the one that is both comic but probably the most serious. This place where we are, I don't know when it was built. This place where we are. In the 60s. In the 60s. Thank God in the 60s. In the 60s, it was still possible to plan well with the Electricity Corporation of Nigeria. You know what they did? They had what they call a load analysis. They must know the consumption pattern and trends. So they come to an area, they map it, and they say this is a residential area. How much consumption are we going to have per housing unit? And they have all of those things to plan. And then they say to you, if in the course of time you want to bring in air conditioners, you want to bring in refrigerators, whatever you want to add on to the load, please let us know. Okay? So that they can plan to absorb the expansion. As we speak now, we don't know how much electricity we need to consume. All we hear about daily is how much megawatts we are generating. I tell you, if we even generate 20,000 megawatts a day, there will still be a huge gap. How can you plan without data? Look, today you say so much money in circulation, Central Bank or the Federal Office of Statistics, 30 trillion. I tell you, if we have 30 trillion calculated from the formal sector, we have 300 trillion unaccounted for. Because what runs our economy is informal sector. That informal sector has not become part of our economy. There is more money in Nigeria in individual hands outside of the banks than you have in the banks. Now, these are basic facts. How can you grow an economy when you don't have basic data? People say 16,000 people in Nigeria get cancer yearly. How? It seems to me that we need to get serious. We need to get to know how how many people are born in Nigeria and how many die every day. We talk about schools. You don't even know how many schools there are in this country. I see on every street an international school. Is going to tell you that in Lagos we have 31,000 schools. And you will say, but has it been around? We need to get serious. We need to get a way of getting basic information about our country. We don't have basic information, including how much crude we produce daily.